how to make a ramp on Rhino in the staircase. So I based it on this diagram and this one. I made my outline first, and how you do it is just using the copy, rectangle, polyline commands, and doing it on top view, and following these correct dimensions. So first, we'll do the stairs. So what we want to do is pretty much follow the spot elevations that are marked on the stairs, and clicking on these shapes and extruding them up based on numbers. So this start here at this bottom. So these two bottom points go up at 37.18 feet. So we click and write 37.18 feet. And click here, using having the gumball on, click the Z plane and press enter. Click here. But now this one goes up to 37.45. So we click, and then it goes up 37.8. And do this. And so you do the same thing for everything else on how it makes it at the right elevations and the right slopes. For the stairs, you can easily, since they don't have a slope, you can easily just snap it. Just like that. And then we will extrude this. So extrude it by 6 inches. And then close it by capping it. And then we'll just copy it 7 more times, since there's 8 stairs. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 stairs. And then we go back to extrude this bottom 41.45. $41.72. And so see, that lines up. And then now we will make a extrude surface for it. I go back to the top view, and then I will just make a mock rectangle. So 10 feet by 10 feet. And then I go back back to perspective. Try to have it aligned underneath everything that I just extruded up. So I put this back here, make a copy. And then I move this up. Since this was 37 and 37, so I'll move this up by 37 feet. Line this quickly. Now we move this up 7 feet. And then we look here. This is 41, 41. So I'll move this up by 41 feet. Thickness doesn't really matter, but I just prefer this way. Now we make surfaces for these. There are many ways to make it, but a new command I discovered is the surface point command. So all you do is trace, turn ortho off, and trace the four corners of every surface. And it automatically makes a surface for you. You could just press enter to make the command quickly go again. So you don't have to continuously have to type in the command. And then the top and bottom, since it already drew the polylines closed, we just type in planar surface. And you do on the bottom. You just press enter. And you do the same thing. So surface point on the sides and planar surface for tops and bottoms. And you know you're doing the scarecrows right, and these are aligned. And that's how you make the staircase. Now, with the ramp, you pretty much do the same thing. So the first we have the landing space, which is this 1 foot bar. And then you click the edge of it up by 41.72 feet. And then the other side of it is also 41.72. And then the bottom one goes up 41.59. So it's this one. And so you do the same thing, just like the stairs, just extruding all these points up by following these spot elevation markings. Okay, so I extruded all of these, and they should about align. You know, if they don't, a little bit off, you can always just cheat a little and just like click it, click the curve point, and then click the move, and then move it like this. So it's only along the Z plane. So it snaps. But now we are going to extrude the bottom. So I'm going to redraw the base, which you could have done, but I forgot. So let me quickly do that. Okay, so I made the base. Now, just like what I did for the stairs, I'm going to extrude everything up. So back to this first landing. It was 41.72, 41.59. So we'll do 41 feet. This one, this ramp, 41 to 40. So we'll do 40. This landing, 40 to 40. So we'll do 40. This ramp, 38 to 40. So we'll do 38. I'm assuming you just do the lowest. So this ramp, you can see it's a lot steeper. This landing, 38, 38, so we'll do 38. This last ramp, 38 and 37, so we'll do 37. And this is 37. So now we have our fully extruded staircase. Now, I just realized I don't like it, because these bases are actually uneven. So we'll actually do it so that it's all going to be even on the base. So what we'll do is look up the elevation of the lowest point of the stairs. So let's make a line. Let's make a square. It's 10 by 10. Lines. And let's make a line, see the distance. So looking at the properties. What? Oh. So it's 37 feet. So we'll highlight all this, hold shift to select multiple, and extrude all the 37 feet. Now this is all even. So now we'll use that surface point command to connect all these closed. So once again, one, two, three, four. Enter. 1, 2. and close the top and the bottom on the surface. Okay, let me finish this. Also, note that if your planar surface, like here, doesn't work, despite you even knowing that your curve is closed and everything, you just go ahead and delete it and then just do the surface point again instead. And make sure you're snapping to the edges and they're aligning. Not perpendicular, you want it to say end. Okay, so there's our staircase and ramp. Since I changed my mind with my stairs, I want it to close too. I'll also just extrude all this. Oops. Extrude all this up. You don't have to do this by 37. And I'm gonna redo all these bases so it extrudes down. So to do it, we're gonna use the gumball again. So all you do is just right click your gumball, make sure you have snappy dragging on, and you click that bottom surface with the blue arrow, hold control, and it'll snap. So do this, drag it back down, control, oops. Actually, with the stairs, we're all gonna snap it back down to the bases. Sorry, actually, I mean select all the stairs, click explode, and then that's when you use your control, snap it down. So I'm holding control when I do this. So now it looks like this. And when we have it in rendered view, it'll look like this. And it may have some lines showing up which you may not like. So you can just simply select all the curves and then just type hide and they'll go away. Now we want to make a handrail. So no, we want to follow these type of dimensions. Okay, so now let's make a handrail. we will do dimensions of height being 36 inches. There's a 12-foot extra, 12-inch extra, and thickness of, if I remember correctly, 0.08 feet, 0.16 feet, and poles being like 1 inch. Okay, so first we're gonna make a polyline and trace the entire outside. Okay, and then since from that image it wanted to have 36-inch max of distance from one handrail to another, and the total width of this ramp is 5 feet. So I did this 1 inch, 1 foot in. So that means this will have to be offset 1 foot in. So top view, offset, distance to 1. I think this is already 1 foot, but 1 foot. So it should be offsetted. So we can delete this. This is our new offsetted curve. And then we will also, this is a weird occurrence. Well, I guess since it's like that, we can just trim. So or we can just explode. Just delete. Oh boy. Let me just fix this real quick. Okay. So now we will make a copy of this 36 inches up. So make a copy, hold Alt, have this 36 inches. So now we have this. Now we are going to make this top pipe here. So this is when we use the pipe command. So, oops. So enter, 0.08, enter, enter. There we go. Made our pipe. So now we're going to make our poles, our vertical poles. Well, I've already made this pole, so I could just copy and paste and move along under it. But for the sake of this, I'll make it from scratch. So let me check its distance. Okay, that's also 0.08. So from here, I'm going to make a circle. Here. I'll just make one down here. And move it up. And then we're going to extrude it. So to extrude, you hold the control. And then approximately hit it, let it hit into the bar above. So now it's created. And lastly, we're going to copy them to the corners, and then we're going to array them, and then that's it. So we're going to copy. And then array. Array curve. Select path curve. And then I did the distance 5 feet from each other. And then I had the orientation of no rotation. Enter. And then we just move these poles around so that they'll fit along the line we want. So how I do it is just move it around the move command. And you want it to be on the center line, so you try to it's a little hard, you try to get it to highlight center to move it. You gotta get it at these angles. There we go. And when it snaps, let it say perpendicular. So it moves straight. You can do one more. Demonstrate. See how it says perpendicular? And there you go. And when you're done, just delete the guideline, put it in rendered. There you go. That's how you make a staircase, a ramp, connecting ramp, and its rail, its handrail.